General Richard Kaiser, Commanding General, Mississippi Valley Division, Colonel Craig Baumgartner, our outgoing commander, and Colonel Steve Sattinger, our incoming commander, welcome to today's change of command ceremony. I am Andrew Barnes, Acting Deputy Commander for the Rock Island District. This morning, we bid farewell to our outgoing commander and welcome our incoming commander. Thank you all for joining us today as we celebrate the time-honored tradition of changing command. We are privileged to be joined by several distinguished visitors today. Lieutenant Governor Evelyn Sanguinetti with the state of Illinois, Mayor Mike Toms, City of Rock Island, Mayor Frank Klipsch, City of Davenport, Miss Penny Vasick, Office of Senator Chuck Grassley, Miss Courtney Lofton, Office of Senator Tammy Duckworth, Mr. Jared Mullendore, Office of Congressman Dave Loebsack, and Miss Ellie Labatt, Office of Congressman Sherry Bustos. On behalf of all members of the Rock Island District, thank you for taking time out of your schedules to join us. The reviewing officer for today's ceremony is Major General Richard Kaiser, Commanding General, Mississippi Valley Division. Our color guard today consists of U.S. Army Corps of Engineer Rangers Mike McKean and Kyle Slifka from our Mississippi River Project, Julie McDonald from our Illinois Waterway Project, and Mary Sue Bowers from our Coralville Lake Project, and is under the direction of our Deputy for Programs and Project Management, Dennis Hamilton. The district would also like to extend gratitude to the Rock Island Arsenal Garrison and Command Sergeant Major Brian Heffernan for his expertise and assistance in preparing the color guard for today's ceremony. Our band today is the Rock Island District River Bend Brass, comprised of Rock Island District employees and under the direction of Kent Rockow. On behalf of the civilians, soldiers, and families of the Rock Island District, red roses are now being presented to Mrs. Audra Baumgartner in a tradition symbolizing the appreciation of the support and contributions made by loved ones. Flowers are also being presented to Colonel Baumgartner's mother, Jackie, and commemorative coins are being presented to his sons, Taylor and Will. The flowers are being presented by Ranger Hugh Howe of our Lake Red Rock Project and Captain Jason Fabijanowicz. Yellow roses are also being presented to Mrs. Stephanie Sattinger to welcome her to the organization. The flowers are being presented by Ranger Emma Nelson of our Saylorville Lake Project. The colors you see moving forward symbolize the very soul of the United States and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers District. These colors record the glories of the past, stand as guardian over the present, and inspire in civilians and soldiers the loyalty, duty, and courage to achieve victory in the future. In the past, colors served as a rallying point for soldiers during battle.
Left face. Present arm.
Will you please join me in prayer? Heavenly Father, we ask your blessing upon today's ceremony and all that are in attendance. Remind us that today is not just handing over a leadership position, but it is the bestowing of a sacred trust. A trust that requires us to cast a vision to a group of people that not only inspires all, but motivates the entire team as well. It is a trust that requires us to inspire the whole to achieve not only individual, but group goals as well, creating new along the way. It is a trust that cuts a path through the routine to lead to the exceptional. And it is a sacred trust that cares for the whole person and not just the labor of their hands. For Colonel Baumgartner and his wife Audra, we give thanks for their leadership and ask your blessing on their family as they continue to serve this great nation. And for Colonel Sattinger and Stephanie, we pray a blessing upon them. May his time be marked as a time of what a good engineer always does: sustain the past successes and build the bridges, or in our case, open the locks to the future. For it is in your holy name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The change of command is a simple traditional event that is rich with symbolism and heritage. Key to the ceremony is the passing of the unit's colors. These colors represent not only the lineage and honors of the unit, but also the loyalty and unity of its civilians and soldiers. The colors are the commander's symbol of authority, representing his responsibilities to the organization. Wherever the commander is, there also are the colors. Throughout history, commanders ensured their unit flags were carried by one of their most trusted officers. This practice was used in the United States Army until 1813, when the regulations were changed and the flag was entrusted to color sergeants or sergeants major. District commanders select one of their most trusted civilian advisors to perform the honors. Today, Dennis Hamilton carries out this honored role. The passing of the colors of authority from the outgoing commander to the incoming commander. Because of the reverence the commanders feel towards the colors, it is kept over their left breast during the transfer. The passing of the colors demonstrates to the civilians and soldiers of the organization the old commander has passed the mantle of leadership to the new commander. With this, also passes the loyalty of the workforce to their new commander. By the authority of Army Regulation 600-20, Paragraph 2-5, the undersigned assumes command of the Rock Island District, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, effective 24 May 2018. Signed, Colonel Stephen M. Sattinger. Ladies and gentlemen, Major General Richard Kaiser, Commanding General, Mississippi Valley Division.
Thanks, Andy. First of all, I want to thank God for this wonderful, glorious day. I don't think you could have asked for anything better. And what a beautiful day. And it's an important day as well, especially for two families. I want to thank everybody that's in attendance today. First of all, the family. So John and Jackie, it's great to see you here from Winchester. Thanks for making the distance. Governor Sanguinetti, really good to see you again. I'm so proud that you were able to make it here. Mayors, thanks for your time today. I know how busy you are, but this is such an important place to be because of the role that this headquarters plays for our country. So thank you, distinguished guests. What you just witnessed was a significant event. It's a time-honored tradition in the Army. And what we did was pass the mantle of leadership from one commander to another. We passed the responsibility that can only come with the title commander. Because the commander is responsible for everything that goes well and everything that doesn't go as well as it should. And good commanders, great commanders, always step up and take that responsibility. But it is a responsibility that only a commander can bear. For all of our stakeholders that are out there, don't be nervous about the fact that the military leadership just changed. What we bring is that command, authority, and responsibility. What we bring is a little bit of military rigor to thought and process sometimes. But what you know is that it is our civilian professionals that are among the world's best, that provide continuity of operations within the Corps of Engineers. And you couldn't ask for a better team than you have here in Rock Island. So I will stand here today and tell you, expect nothing more than continued excellence from this team under Steve's leadership. Today, after we pass the colors, I will move on and I'll thank Craig and Audra for their awesome time in command here. And then I'm going to welcome Steve and Stephanie and the awesome opportunity that you have in front of you. So let me start with the Baumgartners. Craig, Audra, thank you for all you've done. And I'll say it's, Team Baumgartner, because you've got Taylor and Will that are part of this. And I told them earlier at the awards ceremony, you can't do this alone. And your family is here with you and for you. And it takes the strength sometimes of those around you when all seems to be kind of falling apart at the seams to help keep you going. So never have any doubt that this is a family ordeal. So thank you for all you've done. Craig, you are a superb commander. You wanted to make a difference, and you did. A very huge, very positive difference. Now, I'm not going to go into a litany of all those things you've done. Jim wanted me to highlight your campaign plan. I know how much you enjoy that, but I won't do that today. But I will talk about how, through your personal work, you really helped repair some critical relationships among some of our most important stakeholders. I will talk about how, under your leadership and your team, we've been able to move Brandon Road forward. And some of the folks in the audience here have done extra work on that as well. So thank you for your leadership. Thanks for what you've done. I will talk about how you released a very important model that shows people on both sides of the river what happens when we change heights of levee. Could have been very controversial, but you did it in a professional way that made it less so. More importantly, you've been able to move ecosystem restoration projects to the forefront while still maintaining that critical link to navigation. I always tell people we can do both, and we will, and you've showed the way to be done. And I look forward, you won't be here, but Steve, in the coming years, you're going to have an awesome opportunity on the Illinois waterway to put our efforts to great work. And the work that we've done working with industry to make sure that that's done in a seamless manner is great. So you've done an awesome job, and hats off. Let's give them a hand. And Audra's made the most of her time here and has just volunteered in about every way imaginable. I think one of the most fun ones, and I hope it was the funnest for you, was their work with therapy dogs and being able to go visit people in need and bring a friendly, friendly furry face with the dogs. And what a difference you've made in people's lives. Substitute teaching, most importantly, taking care of those two young rascals. And I know the soccer team is going to miss them, so, thanks for all that you've done. And we were able to present Audra with a small but important award this morning as well for all she's done. Let's give her a hand. Now, after he departs here, Craig's family is going to move back to the National Capital Region, and Craig is moving off to Afghanistan. I just returned less than a year ago. I would remind everybody it is a dangerous place still, but there is important work to be done, and Craig is going to be the engineer for the Combined Security Transition Command, which is responsible for helping build infrastructure for our Afghan partners to do their mission. and they have come such a long way, you just won't hear about it in the news. So I'm excited, Craig, that you're going to bring to fruition many of the projects that we worked on when I was the commanding general there. So good luck, Godspeed, and you'll be in our prayers. So again, thanks to the team, because you couldn't have done this alone. And now I'd like to welcome Steve and Stephanie. And you got your rascals, Jacob and Mitch, with you. So thanks for being here today. I told them in the office before we came out that this will be a wonderful opportunity to really be together as a family. And I know that they're going to take a great opportunity to do that. No, Steve is coming to us not far from here, from the U.S. Army Engineer School in Fort Leonard Wood. And he's got an impressive resume. And so for the team here at Rock Island, he's smart. He was the honor grad for both his officer basic and advanced course. But I reminded him, we got some pretty smart people here in Rock Island. So he'll keep you on your toes. Steve has an excellent mix of tactical background and Corps of Engineers background, to include serving in harm's way with them, and also very recently in the North Atlantic Division. So he understands what the Army is about. He understands what the Corps of Engineers is about, and you could not ask for a more capable and competent leader to come in and backfill Craig. So thanks for being here. And he's got a tremendous family. So both of them, Stephanie and Steve, are both Penn State grads, and one of the things they shared with me is how excited they are that the team is doing well again this year. And we look forward to fall. I know I am. And we've got Jacob and Mitch who are here. And Jacob is studying pre-med at Penn State, so the family tradition continues. And Mitch is just getting tied in with the local high school here. So let's give them a hand. We look forward to having you here. And as I just told the Baumgartners, this is an awesome place to have a family, and you're going to need your family. There's going to be tough days, tough decisions to make, and only you can make some of those decisions. So I'm going to give you 3 pieces of advice, and then I'm going to get off the stage. So my advice to you is, number 1, first and foremost, enjoy command and take care of your family. That's first priority for you. Number 2, focus on doing those things that only you can do. Don't do other people's jobs. Let them do it. Do yours. Number 3, trust and empower your team. You are surrounded by absolute professionals. Let them do their job, and they will reward you handsomely. So I am so excited for you and Stephanie and the boys. You're going to enjoy this time. You couldn't ask for a better place to be than right here in the Midwest. Welcome aboard. SAONS, building strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Craig S. Baumgartner.
Okay, well, we couldn't ask for a better day. So distinguished guests, all those that join us from many surrounding communities, family and friends of the Rock Island District, and Corps teammates, thank you for attending today's ceremony. It really means a lot. Again, what a beautiful day on the mighty Mississippi River. You know, my family and I have fond memories spent here. You know, the Quad Cities area, to include the Rock Island Arsenal, and of course, way beyond that. You know, this area has something very special, and clearly to both Audra, I, and family, it's people. So welcoming you are. We continue to be amazed in the Midwest culture, and this area is no exception. The true meaning of community is alive and well here in the heart of America. A big thanks to our Quad Cities and surrounding area mayors, and to Garrison Commander Colonel Ken Talkie for your community leadership. I also like to provide a special thanks to Mayor Klipsch, who also serving as the co-chair of the Mississippi River Cities and Towns Initiative, a champion for many initiatives and for core programs that deliver benefits for the communities along the Mississippi River. Major General Kaiser, thank you for presiding over this ceremony. I stand here proud to have served alongside you, not only as a district commander during your time as a commanding general of Mississippi Valley Division, but also the Lakes and Rivers Division, but also during years past as a young captain at the Captain's Career Course, when back then he was scratching his head like, what the heck am I going to do with this guy called Baumgartner? and that's very real. So, and then also when I was commanding the 15th Engineer Battalion in Kuwait at the time, we were deployed as a theater reserve, executing missions all over the Middle East. Very exciting mission set, very unique in many different ways. And General Kaiser was serving to the north in Iraq, and I always took great pride and comfort knowing that, he was there and in Overwatch, and I could always reach out to him, and he proactively reached out to me. So I'm very blessed for your continued guidance and mentorship, and again, sir, thank you. To our color guard and ushers, just absolutely amazing. They are here today representing our outstanding natural resource specialists, otherwise known as our fantastic Rangers from across the district. They're one of our most important faces of the Corps. And here with us today with the collective group, they are representing the 5 Rock Island District projects, the Mississippi River, the Illinois Waterway, and then our 3 reservoirs, Lake Red Rock, Coralville, and Sailorville. Color Guard, ushers, and our collective Rangers. I have to say to our collective Rangers, thank you for the safe, diverse, and valuable opportunities you provide for the public. And then to the Rock Island District River Bend Brass. I had to say that slow because that's a tongue teaser. These are all volunteer employees from right here within the Rock Island District. And they clearly represent an example of the talent our employees have. And I continue to discover that talent each and every day. I remain amazed how the team volunteers and serves in unique ways that enable morale and welfare of the organization and within the communities we serve. And they represent clear recognition that we serve in ways well beyond our official duties and responsibilities. So to our district volunteers represented by the band today, but also well beyond, including our Rock Island District Welfare Association, thank you very much. We have many partners across multiple business lines that we're responsible for here at the Rock Island District. In some ways very unique, but at the federal, state, and local levels, as well as many non-governmental organizations, we have many partners that we have to work with. It's about bandwidth sometimes, and I'm always trying to figure out, okay, who do I need to meet, when, what outcome are we trying to deliver, and how do we drive forward together? So across the different business lines, inland waterway navigation, flood risk management, ecosystem restoration, emergency preparedness, response and recovery in a time of need, recreation, just to name a few. But it's partnership that's absolutely essential for us to move forward. There's nothing in the Corps of Engineers that we do by ourselves. I actually tried to think hard about that. I couldn't think of one thing that the Corps of Engineers does without partners. Our mission even states as such, as we deliver vital engineering and water resource solutions in collaboration with our partners. In many ways, these are very exciting times. The Corps is actually changing, and I'm hoping you're seeing that. We are challenging ourselves to be more nimble, efficient, and effective. The Corps has what our Chief of Engineers would describe as above-the-line ask, where we're going to the administration, we're going to Headquarters Department of the Army, we're going to Congress and our fellow federal agency partners, and looking for innovative ways where we can be more efficient, effective, and nimble as an organization. But we're also understand the importance of looking internally. As we continue to review and change, and I'm hoping you're seeing the outputs and the deliverables of that, implementation guidance, policy, and regulations with feedback from our partners with the primary purpose to drive meaningful change. Partnership is absolutely essential for delivering on our commitments in the very dynamic and complex environment that we live in. We understand that we must embrace early and continuous partner participation in order to deliver innovative and implementable solutions. We also understand that we must be proactively sustaining and strengthening our strategic partnerships through purposeful engagement. In other words, make every engagement count. Now, we may not always agree as partners, But I would argue those are the moments where the value of partnership truly lies. It is also where the greatest potential opportunity exists. We must appreciate the value of transparency and accountability. So I ask that we thrive in the opportunity and continue to make each other better and be relentless in discovering the reasonable ways to get to yes. I genuinely believe no matter the partnership or the endeavor, if we have a shared vision, a common voice, we continue to advance a coalition with meaningful buy-in, ownership, and purpose. Together, in partnership, accomplishments can be and outcomes can be achieved that we never even thought were possible. So to our partners collectively, thank you for your invaluable contributions to the communities we serve together. And thanks for the push that will continue to make our partnership relationships and organizations strong. So thanks to them. To the Mississippi Valley Division team, you know, the one thing that upon taking command on 5 June of 2015 became abundantly clear to me from the very start, the Rock Island District needs, and I soon learned, has outstanding support from the Mississippi Valley Division. The MVD team always impressed me. I greatly appreciate your expertise, professionalism, recommendations that enabled sound decisions that were in the best interest of the communities we serve. Our senior civilians, Tom and Jim, provided me inspired leadership. They enhanced my ability to command this highly professional workforce. I will always value and work to sustain the relationships and friendships built within the MVD team. So now to the Rock Island District. I've enjoyed the opportunity, of course, to talk with you here in the closing weeks, although I was away more than I was here, unfortunately, but duty calls, and I had to do what was necessary. But I will keep this short, so my message is simple. I ask you to continue to press yourself, challenge yourself, and stay on the cutting edge to inform and shape and influence on how our enterprise as a Corps continues to move forward. Whether you really realize it or not, you can and have already driven meaningful enterprise-level change by paving the way under things like Commander's guidance and principles to discover opportunities and barriers that inform change agent decisions at echelons above the district level. So I challenge you to keep it up. As such, I leave you with a couple quick points. First, continue to be true to who you are as an organization by living not only through the Army values, but equally important are your organizational values of people first. Don't forget, that's the most important. Professionalism, technical excellence, innovation, public service, and stewardship. By doing so, your reputation will remain unchallenged, and you will sustain public trust, what's most important, and it's your unshakable foundation. Professionally challenge the status quo. We've talked about that. By doing that, by asking the tough questions. Focus on delivery. Focus on the outcomes, not quite as much on the processes. Embrace innovation. Apply those lessons learned and leverage best practices across not only the Corps of Engineers, but also our partners. That's the true mark of a learning organization. And then, of course, what you've done so well, not only under my 3-year tenure, but your reputation, as we've taught before, precedes you. Continuing to demonstrate what right looks like. And then lastly, embrace risk-informed decision-making. It's going to be a different type of risk-informed decision-making, and how we manage risk as a Corps is going to change. So I ask you to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So it's been a distinct privilege to serve with each of you. You are truly providing intrinsic value to the nation. I depart command with a heavy heart because I feel a deep sense of kinship with the Rock Island District family. But I will tell you, I'm also very much comforted because I know that you'll be now in the very capable hands of Colonel Steve Sattinger. Please help him lead the district into continued excellence, much in the same way you did for me. Steve and Stephanie, Audrey and I wish you absolutely the very best. And enjoy the community, the Rock Island District, your fellow command teams, although watch out for them, especially DeRozier, and time spent in partnership with others. Enjoy the moment. They'll be no doubt, your best 3 years. And to my family, now mentioning them last on purpose. That was by design. That's just to keep my emotions in check. My lovely wife and supporting wife, Audra, my two awesome sons, Taylor and Will, and my two parents are always providing unwavering support in the most loving ways. I love you all and thank you. So thank you to all for making the time as commander of the Rock Island District so fulfilling. I wish everyone good luck and Godspeed from my family to all of yours. I wish you success in both personal and professional endeavors. I will not forget my time spent with the Rock Island District family. Continue building strong, Army strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Stephen M. Sattinger, the Commander, Rock Island District.
Thank you all for coming to this special day. General Kaiser, thank you for the advice. I'll take that to heart. I really appreciate the kind words this morning. To all our distinguished guests, all the partners we have across government, federal agencies, state and local members, I really appreciate you coming out for this event and supporting the Rock Island District. I'm looking forward to continuing to partner with all of you. We got some amazing things going on here, and we couldn't do it without you. To the employees and friends of the Rock Island District, I can't tell you how excited I am to be working with you. I am absolutely honored, humbled to be able to be the commander of this fine district. It's an honor to be selected. I will be honest up front. I didn't know anything about Rock Island when I got selected for the command. I didn't even know it was an island, and I'm honest about that. But my time with Craig, Colonel Baumgartner, has taught me that this district is probably the best. Maybe in advance I'm saying that, but the best district to command in the Corps of Engineers, and I can't tell you how excited I am to be able to do that. It's got an amazing mission. We got amazing things going on, and I am truly honored and humbled for that opportunity. Just a very quick shout out to Rick and Marcy Andershat. I'm proud to call you my friend. He came all the way from Cincinnati this morning. I've known him only for 5 years now. He's the president emeritus of my old battalion's alumni association, Vietnam vet, and just a friend and a guy I really look up to. So thanks for coming, you two. To Craig and Audra, thank you for everything. It's been amazing to reconnect with you guys after our time at Fort Riley eons ago. We were both much younger then, although I don't feel like either of us have aged all that much. The transition could not have gone any better, Craig. You did everything you could to set me up for success. Any failures going forward are my own. But I think this district's in great shape, and I appreciate all you guys have done for the district. And then just in closing, to Steph and Jake and Mitch, my family, they've always been priority one. But for 21 years, they've known that they've had to share me with priority 1A, which is the Army family. And they're both families, and I love them both. I couldn't do it without you guys. So a couple more years of command, which is sometimes the hardest time to balance, but I think we're doing okay. And I really, really love you both, all. Both boys and you, Steph. There's 3 of them out there. Anyway, I'm going to close now. Again, thank you all for coming. And I'm really looking forward to the job. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the departure of the colors and the singing of the Engineer Song and the Army Song. The words are located on your program insert. on behalf of Major General Richard Kaiser, Commanding General, Mississippi Valley Division, thank you for attending today's change of command ceremony. Please take this opportunity to bid farewell to Colonel Craig Baumgartner and his family under the tent to your left as he moves on to his next assignment in Afghanistan, and welcome the Sattingers inside the building to your right as they begin their tour with the Rock Island District. Thank you for joining us on this historic occasion. Essayons, building strong, Army strong.